Hey, I got it right, y'all. I'm here. What up, though? It's Tell the Truth Thursday. Yes, we're usually airing on Wednesdays, but because of the activities that were going on yesterday, we did not do Brickhouse Radio Live on Wednesday. And it's because I wanted to pay my respects to my sis. So anybody that's watching that would like to share a memory of Miss Tyra Harris, feel free to hit me up and I'll send you a link and I'll add you. Um, if nobody knew who she was a beautiful soul. And she was my baby mama. And what I mean by that is um, she had my nephew. And I love him tremendously. I really do. Because we light skinned together. It ain't a lot of us on my mama's side of the family, so we got to stick together. Got to stick together. But she was wild. And I don't mean it in like a bang, 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 okay, corral type of wild. I mean, she just had no cut card. She was brutally honest, but she loved hard. And that's what I loved about her. And it's just wild to know that she's gone. And it was just like a few weeks ago, I just had a conversation with her, like face to face. We were sitting there talking and laughing. And the one thing I will say about Tyra, I always told her I loved her. Anybody that knows me and know me, I tell y'all I love y'all all the time. It's not to make myself feel better or whatever, but it's just how I feel. Like if I love you, I tell you I love you. My oldest brother, he gets mad at me because I catch his ass off guard because he's one of those type. He don't really show his emotions or express his feelings. So to get that motherfucker to tell you he love you is a big deal. So I tell him I love him real quick before I hang up the phone. He'd be like, all right, I love you too. All right, bye. So he'll he'll never he'll never just come out and say it, but he show you he love you. And that's one thing that Tyra did too. She showed you she loved you. She didn't just tell you. If you was fucking up, she was gonna tell you was fucking up. So just talking about her like this in past tense, it bothers me. I'm not gonna lie, it bothers me because she was somebody that I could talk to when I couldn't talk to nobody in my family. She was somebody where I could go and just be myself. She didn't give a fuck if I smoked weed. She didn't care if I smoked cigarettes. You know, she didn't care. All she know is she needed me to, like, I could go to her house and get a plate. Oh my God. Like, to somebody that cooks, when you can go to somebody else's house and get a plate, that shit is a privilege. Especially if you do 95% of the cooking in your household. And before Seattle, and I did. I did a lot. I did majority of the cooking, the family, my house, period. So, just to be able to do that. And, I never, I always talk about weight and that sort of thing, but it didn't bother me with Tyra because every time I would come see my nephew, she'd be like, here come your fat aunt. But I don't give a fuck because the bitch wound up getting fat too. So when I seen her, when she picked that weight up and I shook her head, she was like, what the fuck you shaking my hand for? Bitch, welcome to the Thickums Club. And she died laughing. She's like, I still ain't got no titties though. But, that's another story for another time. But that's my boo. So yesterday, you know, we did a balloon release for her. And as you see, everything is purple, and that was our color. And that's one of the things we had in common was, our favorite color. So, and it's crazy because as of today, it is against the law to do balloon releases now. We got in right under the radar. So If y'all planning on doing a balloon release for loved ones or baby showers or anything like that, don't do it. Your ass is going to jail. It's crazy. You can smoke weed in Maryland, but you can't let a balloon fly away. Ain't that a bitch? Tragic. So, long live my girl Tyra Harris. Okay. That was my big sis. No matter what she went through, she kept her head high. And I love and I respect her for that. Boom. So that's why we were not on the air yesterday. I was paying respects to my sis and, trying to support my nephew with the loss of his mom. So anybody that feel any type of way about it, that's how I feel about you. Because Tyra meant more to me than most of you motherfuckers that's watching. And that ain't even trying to be an asshole. That's just being 100 because it's Tell the Truth Thursday. So I'm here to speak nothing but the truth. I'm here for it. I am here for it. So, yeah. So, I'm just here, baby, on a Thursday. Usually it's on a Wednesday. It's hump day. It's Woo Wednesday, But, because my girl was special, we did a special day and a special time so that, you know, we can have time to say goodbye to her. This evening, I was unable to attend her viewing because that was between 3 and 4. And I don't live in Annapolis anymore. And I didn't get off work till 3:30. So I was incapable of that. And I didn't find out the time until today because I actually thought that I would have time when I got off from work to make it to the viewing. And due to unforeseen circumstances, I'm unable to make it to the funeral tomorrow. I'm sad. But I have a lot of memories of Tyra. A lot of good ones. A lot of crazy ones too, because my nephew used to have asthma attacks and would go and hide, and she would have to call me to come drag his ass from underneath something because she couldn't, because he was fast. This little nigga was teeny and fast. So she needed somebody that could box him in because his brothers couldn't catch him. I don't know what the hell was wrong with that boy when he was like 2 years old, but couldn't nobody catch him. That nigga was fast. I don't know how my fat ass got him, but I would always catch his ass, and he would take his medicine or get on his nebulizer and be at peace with it. So that's just one of the things about her that I am gonna miss, just the random calls or whatever. And I bullshit you not, for the longest time, she was the only Tyra in my phone. So it wasn't no, oh, which Tyra is this? No. And she always had a number for me, and I always had a number for her. When Facebook came along, I just started video chatting a bitch because I want to see your face, especially during COVID. I'm like, bitch, what you doing? You good? With my nephew, But I would pop up on her ass. She be in there asleep. I stop past the house or whatever. Just sometimes I just have to go pee, and I don't trust everybody's house, so I will go to her house and go pee. And my nephew be like, "Oh, she in the room sleep." So I call her a dirty bitch and run out the house. Shit like that. Like, I'm gonna miss her. I'm really gonna miss her. I'm really, really gonna miss her. Moving on, but not forgotten. Long live Tyra Harris. It's Tell the Truth Thursday, so I'm here to spit that truth to y'all. Niggas, I just want to tell y'all something. Everybody, females, let me be clear. Females, We don't need you licking on our ears. Can we tell y'all that? I don't know who the fuck told you to lick a bitch ear is gonna make her hot. First of all, I don't like my ears wet. I don't like them with what, that little wings back there. That's some Maxwell pretty wings. But don't nobody want to wet ear, especially if you get down in the ear hole and that's moist. That ain't hot. I don't like it. I don't like it. Not at all. Please, fellas, stop licking ears. Don't nobody want you licking the ear. They want you to lick something, but it ain't their motherfucking ear. Okay? So below the belly button. That's what they want. That's what they want you to lick, rude boy. Not the ear. Under the belly button. Okay? So, also, tell the truth Thursday. Let's tell the truth. R. Kelly is where the fuck he supposed to be at, okay? Like, you were peeing on little girls and you was fucking little girls, R. Kelly, and you did the shit for decades, and the shit caught up with your goofy ass, and you got caught. Now you lock it the fuck up. And now you're gonna stay lock it the fuck up. Because you did it a lot. It ain't like it was one little girl. And hell, it wasn't even like it was two little girls. Multiple. Plural. Meaning more than one. Robert. You where you supposed to be at, Robert. Sorry. You had told Craig and them you was gonna kick it with them. They free. See you when they see you. Because they ain't Craig and them ain't get locked up, nigga. You did. And then you so smug and arrogant, Robert, to even videotape the shit. That is evidence, you big dummy. We can tell that you wasn't in them streets. Number one rule, bitch, you don't tell on your motherfucking self. And that's what your dumb ass did. Every time you made a video of you having sex with an underage girl, evidence. What Katie say the message? Like, I don't get it. Like, when has it ever been okay to do that? You know, we seen The Color Purple. We know Sally was underage when Mr. married her. Or something like it. We know that was arranged. We know she ain't really want his ass. He wanted Nettie. And Nettie was younger than her. So, go figure, nigga. Go figure. So, don't nobody want to deal with that. Anybody finna put up with that. Yes. So, yeah. Aura, you where you supposed to be at, Robert? You where you supposed to be at, Robert? I'm sorry to hear that. Like, you know, little do people know, like, I have muted R. Kelly years ago. I didn't mute R. Kelly in the last year. I didn't mute R. Kelly in the last 2 years. R. Kelly has been muted in my home years. I can't even count how long. As much as I loved his music, it doesn't sit the same with me anymore. I look past the shit with Aaliyah because I was old enough to understand what was going on at the time. But me being young, like, oh, they celebrities, it don't matter. Bitch, it did matter because that girl was 14. And then come to find out the only reason why he married her is for her to have an abortion because he had fucking knocked her up. Robert, you's a nasty motherfucker. Let's be clear on that. Okay? We're gonna be clear on that. Robert, yes, you did that shit. You fucked that girl, you knocked her up, and you basically, I'm not gonna say you fucked her life up, but you definitely tainted her prior to her passing, you know. But anywho, that's the truth about R. Kelly. Fuck him. He's in jail and he needs to stay there. That's just it. Like, sorry about your kids and all that, but they wrote you off a couple years ago since shit hit the fan and they mother fucking explained how you was treating her. So can't blame the babies on that one. Can't blame them for that. So mad different. Also, gentlemen, size doesn't matter. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It does matter, bro. So I suggest if you have a small penis, you may want to steer towards women that have never had sex before or extreme masturbation because size does matter. I'm not saying everybody need a foot of dick. Not saying that at all. But if your penis fully erect is below 6 inches, you're not even meeting the minimum standard. And I'm not saying it's your fault. DNA, hereditary, whatever the case may be. But don't try do big dick shit. Is all I'm saying. You don't talk to bitches all crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because somebody's gonna check you, boo. And they're gonna let you know that you talking big dick shit with little dick status. So please act according to your penis size. Please. It makes the world a better place. It makes it easier on the people around you. And if you're dealing with someone in a relationship, act accordingly. Because you definitely can be embarrassed. Like, my thing of it is, if a bitch love you enough to be with you and your dick little, then you should respect that. Period. Because she loves you. Genuinely. Excuse me. Yeah. So, be respectful. Act according to your penis size. And not saying if you tucking your dick in your size, you're supposed to be ignorant either. No. But what I'm saying is, if you're below the average, humble yourself. That's all I'm saying. Just a little tip, you know. Just thought I'd put that out there for you. In case nobody told you. In case nobody informed you. Please be mindful and act accordingly. Ladies, it ain't just the men out here that's acting simple. Bitch, act according to your coochie smell, please. If your shit smells like shit or dumpster juice, armpits, anything unsanitary or fishy or anything that seems uncleanly, bitch, shut the fuck up and be humble and go wash your ass. Or go to the doctors and figure out what that smell is that's going on in your hoo-ha. Act accordingly. Because you can't talk shit to a nigga if he with you and know that you're coochie riding. Respect his gangster. act accordingly. Because everybody ain't gonna love your funky pussy. But if it's a motherfucker that do, get that nigga his props and act accordingly. And he may not even have a big dick, but just the fact that your coochie stink, that's enough. That ranks over top of. Because when you say his dick was stanky, it just little. But see, then you got the stank. You can hide the little. You can't hide the stank. Remember that. Because the little gonna stay in his pants. That stank gonna float around, venture out, especially, depending on what you're wearing or not wearing. In that case, because you may not be wearing underwear, but you're wearing a dress, and you just, stinking up the place. Where his little dick is just sitting in his pants, minding its business. Definitely need you to act accordingly, people. And I'm not saying just rank it off your genitalia, but that's a good fucking start. Because bitches with stinky pussy shouldn't be talking shit to nobody. About nobody, to nobody, for anybody, of anybody. Your main focus should be figuring out what the fuck is going on in your drawers. Once you figure that out, then you can do whatever you want. Start there first, though. If your coochie stink, you can't tell nobody how to live their life. You can't tell nobody how to be in a relationship. You can't tell nobody shit. If you got a stank puss, your main focus should be on correcting that problem instead of telling other people what their problem is. I just want to put that out there. Act accordingly. Again, gentlemen, if you are below national average when it comes to the full erection of your penis, you need to act that way. Humble yourself. Bitch, if a nigga with you and your pussy stink, you need to act accordingly. Check that shit and get it straight, but act accordingly. And that's just me being stupid on a Thursday, but kicking y'all some real shit because it is Tell the Truth Thursday. And I shall not lie to y'all today. I shall not lie to you any day, but especially today. So be mindful, people. Be mindful. Now, on to other news. I am ashamed that I am an alumni of Annapolis Senior High School. And the reason why I state this is because my alma mater has made it to the news, but not in a positive light. So, any parents that are watching that had a child involved in the altercation at Annapolis Senior High yesterday, you cannot blame yourself. Now, what I will say is, everything everybody say is true, not true, whatever, but the shit does start at home. Now, your child has a mind and a body of their own. You can try to instill in them all the good values, all the positive affirmations and whatever, but ultimately, that motherfucker gonna do what they want to do. And if they want to be ratchet, they're gonna be ratchet. Trust me, I'm a mother of 3. I try to deter my kids from dumb shit on a daily basis. And my oldest is 24. And I'm still trying to deter her from dumb shit. So, parents, do what you got to do as far as your kids, but do not blame yourself. Because that child had a choice. And that was either to walk away or to engage. And if your child chose to engage and whatever consequences came behind it, that said child is going to have to deal with it. Perfect example, my youngest, not at Annapolis Senior High, but she's in middle school in Glen Burnie. and decided that a young man invited her to hit for her to hit him, and she accepted and got suspended. Now, I've always told my kids, always defend yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself. But with this situation, it could have been avoided. For one, they started off joning on each other. The dozens, whatever you want to call it, uh, 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 whatever y'all call it when y'all talk bad about another motherfucker. That's what they was doing. And he got disturbed because my baby said that he looked like a 6-year-old on steroids. Now, yes, it's funny, and maybe he shouldn't have been as offended, but we don't know what he said to my baby. So I'm thinking she taking it light by saying that, because knowing she's my daughter, her mouth could have been way worse, way worse, way worse than any hit that he ever would endure. But I also, oh yeah, she punished too. Don't think just because, whatever. No. First of all, she shouldn't have been in an altercation with a boy in the first place, especially not a physical one. And I don't know why she thinks she can challenge boys. Um, she's definitely my child, because I probably would knock a grown man ass out right now. No bullshit. But with her, it's my baby, and it's different. When I was younger, kids were less likely to use a weapon than how they are now. Nobody wants to fight fair. Nobody wants to take an ass whooping. Motherfuckers want to give them out, but you can't give them out because you don't know how to fight. All you want to do is stab or shoot. That's it. Listen, may mercy be on your soul if y'all ever do anything to my babies. For one, I know their personalities, and ultimately, especially my son, non-confrontational. He don't want no beef, none. He don't even eat beef. That's how much he don't want beef. He barely eats beef. Like, the only time Kyle would eat beef, tacos, spaghetti sauce. Other than that, can't pay him to eat a burger, a steak, pot roast, none of that. Unless it's a beef hot dog, he will eat that, and that's on occasion. So, knowing your kids is a good thing, but also, I apologize, y'all. I usually don't do that, but knowing your kids is a good thing. But don't put nothing past their ass. Like, when I found out about Karen, I didn't go off that she had an altercation. I went off because she hit the boy. And I've always told her to avoid it if you can. If you got to defend yourself, so be it. But don't pass the first lick. And she did not pay attention to the rules of engagement. And she allowed him to entice her. And she fell for the okie doke. Now, whatever punishment that young man has endured, I don't give a fuck about. Only thing I care about is my little girl and her participation and her engagement and her punishment. That's it. So anything else is whoop-de-whoop. I have no fucks to give as far as that. So she is punished for 2 weeks. Fortunately, she only had a 2-day suspension. So I've done everything possible, fill out all her paperwork and everything for her to go back to school on Monday. But that punishment extends at home. She's going to learn to calm her goofy ass down. She's going to learn how to and when to engage in fisticuffs or physical altercations. This is her lesson. I have never had a problem with my kids defending themselves. Never had a problem with that. But when you are the culprit, then that's when I got a problem. Because despite the fact of popular belief, I didn't start a lot of shit. Never been my MO. Oh, but bitch, I will end that motherfucker. Believe it. So that's what motherfuckers had to learn about me in the streets. Yeah, I'm laughy, jokey, cool, but do not be disrespectful and never ever put your fucking hands on me. Ever. But as I've gotten older, I have learned to control my anger because it's a lot of shit that I've had to deal with in the last 30 days that the old Cam, this would have been a collect call or a visit from 131 Jennifer Road, because it's a couple people that I wanted to be violent with. And I don't mean like kill them. No, no, not at all. But I definitely wanted to punch a couple of you motherfuckers in the mouth and in the face. Really hard. With a pair of brass knuckles. Yeah, I will say that. Because I've endured several instances where people have crossed the line of disrespect. And when I say that, I mean to the point where you're saying some foul things that aren't even true. That's the part that gets me. It's one thing if you yelling at me and you, oh bitch, fuck you, da 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 da, and it's the truth. How can I be mad at the truth? I can't be mad at the truth. There's no way I can be mad at the truth. So, can't be mad at the truth. But when you lying and you got some bullshit going on, that's the shit that will piss me off. That is the shit that gets underneath my skin and that will make me snap and go the fuck off. Is when a bitch lie on me. Don't do that. Whenever you speak about Kamala, make sure you speak the truth. Not what you think, not what you feeling at the time. No, keep it 100. Because if it comes back and it ain't true, then you got to deal with me. And that's all I'm going to say about that. When you speak about your girl, you put some respect on my shit. And for anybody that's listening, that knows anybody that I no longer deal with, make sure if they speaking to you about me, that they put some respect on my name. Period. Because I ain't never been a shiesty bitch. I've never been slithery. I've always been upfront. And I've always been 100. And unfortunately, that's been my downfall because I've been brutally honest all my life. But you know what? It's gotten me this far. I'm going to continue to be truthful. So anybody that feels as though I'm a liar or I lied to them or I lied about them, my inbox stay wide the fuck open. Feel free. Feel free. Feel free. And you will hear and or see the truth. Okay? So, other than that, how's everyone's Thursday doing? It is Friday Eve. And yes, I will be at the paint tomorrow. So if anybody wants to come in for a little drink anytime after 5, your girl will be there. Bright and bubbly. She'll be there to make your little drink. So come in and show some love. Come holler at your girl at the paint, which is code word for American Legion Post 141 on Forest Drive in Annapolis. So if you ever hear me refer to the paint, that's what I'm referring to. Whether it be on video or on my post, that's what I'm referring to. So please come through and show some love on a Friday. That's the only day I'm usually there. So if you don't catch me on a Friday, you may not catch me there. Know that. Also, let's see. Well, I pretty much covered all of the weekly news because it's a lot of things that went on this week that it was a little crazy. It's a little crazy. But I want to appreciate everybody that does tune in on a regular basis. They usually, comment or, whatever. So I appreciate everybody that supports Brickhouse Radio Live. Because Brickhouse Radio itself was doing web radio. I was doing web radio roughly about 5 years before I started doing this. I've been doing this the last year now. I decided to do it because of COVID, so that people could interact and still, see me, hear me. Well, they get to see me because when I was doing Brickhouse Radio on doing web radio, it wasn't any visuals, it was just audio. So now you get the best of both worlds. You get to see and hear me. You can see the words coming out of my mouth, which you couldn't do that at first. Definitely everybody that has supported and showed love over the years, I definitely appreciate it. And that's why I come on here every week. I try to anyway, just to be a voice of reason. A voice of reason. So with that, I have also encouraged my husband and one of his homeboys to do their own podcast, which is Let Me Talk. So if on a Tuesday, if you are available, make sure you hit the page and tune into Let Me Talk. They usually have some interesting subjects, and also their guests are very interesting. So just know that. Make sure you tune in. So you'll have them on Tuesdays and, Lord willing, me on Wednesdays. I'm usually in the middle of the week because I'm just there to talk shit and get you over that hump and get you to Friday Eve, which is where we are right now, so that you can make it to the weekend. So that's what I'm here for, usually. But tonight, because of Tyra, I set a special time and day so that I could spend time with my family yesterday and deal with the loss of a loved one. So, with that being said, I will shut this down early tonight because it is Friday Eve. And I know some of you getting ready for work and, it's getting close to 9 o'clock. Y'all getting the kids ready. Or they already in the bed. You yelling at people. I get it. Fortunately, I don't have to yell at anybody at this point. Everybody's old enough to know what the fuck they supposed to do. And if I have to yell, I'm going to have to threaten with the physical. And I don't want to do that. So I appreciate you showing up and showing out this week. Thanks to anybody and everybody that tuned in. I will see you guys next Wednesday. At 7, same bedtime, same bed channel. Thing will be business as usual, Lord willing. Make sure you tune in to Let Me Talk on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. See, Alan? Tuesdays at 8. So, that being said, see you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend. And cam out. Peace.